Hi, Global Vision team. My name is Nathan Jeffery. I'm currently a first year undergraduate student at Wilfrid Laurier University in Waterloo studying kinesiology. This is my video application on why I think you should choose me as the next JTC ambassador for the upcoming trade mission to Lima, Peru. Why do I want to represent my region on the JTC mission to Peru? First of all, I am a strong believer in stepping outside of my comfort zone and trying new things. I believe that taking part in this JTC mission to Peru would help me to continue to do so. As a recent high school graduate, I have had the opportunity to run my own summer company business where I earned a $3,000 grant from the government. I have also had the opportunity to be a student trustee for the Near Autistic School Board, working as an education advocate under the Ontario Student Trustees Association and the Ministry of Education. Currently, as a first year undergraduate student at Wilfrid Laurier University, I take part on two varsity sports teams where I work to take on challenges outside of my comfort zone and my classrooms. Learning through experiences is something I've continued to do, and I believe that being a JTC ambassador will help me to continue to learn, take on difficult challenges, and help make a difference in my region's economy. You may be wondering, what's my brand, and what exactly makes me unique, as well as what skills would I bring to the team? An important skill that I could bring to the team as a JTC ambassador is the emphasis on building positive relationships. This is an important skill that I could bring to the team because many long days are spent working with CEOs, business leaders, and delegates to ensure that deals and arrangements are being met. In addition, having the skill on the team will help to establish strong ties with leaders in Peruvian markets for future trade missions. Having worked with a multitude of professionals from running my own business and being an extremely involved leader in my community, it has given me the opportunity to maintain and develop this important skill. Another important skill that I know that I could bring to the team as a JTC ambassador is adaptability. Being an adaptable person is something that gives me an advantage over other people. For example, I moved from the big city of Toronto, Ontario to a small northern Ontario town of South River. This example speaks directly to my ability to handle change effectively and continue to achieve goals and be a successful individual. As a JTC ambassador, it is critical that you are able to adapt to a multitude of situations. For example, rescheduling business meetings, getting directions from strangers, or even being put in stressful situations. And I know that another big part of being a JTC ambassador is putting yourself out there and learning. And I know that I'm confident with my abilities to do so. Securing sponsorships is critical in being able to go on this mission. In order to raise the $5,500, I'll be reaching out and meeting face to face with contacts and organizations in my professional networking area. I'll be focusing on preparing an organized sponsorship package outlining the goals for the trade mission, what the purpose of going on the mission is, and how support from local businesses and corporations will not only help myself but the economies of Canada and Peru. Since recently attending the Global Vision Roundtable in Toronto, I've been in contact with my local Member of Parliament, Tony Clement, to discuss what economical sectors would be best to represent for my area. Tony Clement has expressed interest in Global Vision and the upcoming mission to Peru, and in the event I am selected as a JTC ambassador, he would like to meet with me further to discuss some opportunities for sponsorship. In addition to working with my local MP, Tony Clement, I will be reaching out to local organizations such as my Lions Club, the Rotary Club of North Bay, and the Royal Canadian Legion branch in my hometown. Meeting face to face with these organizations and already having strong connections with them will only help further to gather sponsorships. The sectors that I would like to represent on the upcoming mission are education and mining and natural resources. I would like to represent the educational sector because it is one of my passions. As a recent student trustee, I was able to advocate for students not only in my school board but for the province of Ontario. In today's society, education is a privilege to many, and promoting Ontario's education system on the world stage would be an absolute honor. My school board in particular has been looking at ways in the past to bring international students to Northern Ontario to increase overall enrollment. This would go hand in hand with the goals of the trade mission, and because of my experience with the education sector, reaching out to fellow trustees, board administration, and principals for support will prove not as difficult to secure sponsors. This sector is something I have a lot of knowledge with, and it is an example of how I can use my previous skills to be a successful JTC ambassador. In addition to representing the educational sector, I would also like to represent mining and natural resources. This is because in recent years, the Canadian government has invested millions of dollars into this sector, and I would like to see this sector continue to grow as a local resident because it allows for more local jobs and a more sustained economy. To gather sponsorships in this area, I would approach a local mining infrastructure company known as Cementation, which is based out of North Bay, Ontario, and a local forestry company known as Tembec, which has a huge factory in Huntsville, Ontario, which is just outside my town. If I were given the privilege to be selected as a JTC ambassador, I would like to use my experience to bring a breadth of important and valuable knowledge back to my small northern Ontario town. By doing so, I would be able to hopefully inspire others and other youth who may see me as a role model to step out of their comfort zone. After spending the majority of my childhood in Northern Ontario, I found that a common struggle faced by youth is that we are often given different and more difficult challenges than students in large cities. And most often with these challenges comes a lack of opportunities. This is something I would really like to change through my experiences with Global Vision because if I were selected as a JTC ambassador, I would come back to my community and speak to as many local media outlets, talk at local schools, and work with the goal in mind to get others to step out of their comfort zones through organizations like Global Vision. Helping others be successful is a passion of mine, and it is something that I could see myself being able to do if I were selected as a JTC ambassador.